Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
The Smart India Hackathon is an initiative that brings together students, industry professionals, and government officials to address various challenges faced by the country through innovative solutions. The problem statements for Smart India Hackathon cover a wide range of sectors and issues. Today, we will be discussing problem statement number 1281, which is development of gamified platform on children's right to increase legal literacy and awareness among children in India. And to discuss this, we have a winner from the last year's Smart India Hackathon, Garvit. Welcome to the show, Garvit.
Thank you so much, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Garvit, and we are glad to have you here. So, to begin with, please let us know something about you, what you're doing, who you are, and just so that we get to know you better.
Sure. So, I'm Gavit. I'm currently from the city of Taj, Agra. I completed my graduation over there and then I moved to Bangalore for my job. I'm currently working as a DevOps engineer. And I took participation in Smart India Hackathon last year. I won. I was working on a problem statement given by University Grant Commission, where we were developing a web application where universities, colleges, and HEIs could come and register themselves and provide the information which is important and required for a student to make an informed decision when he want to take admission or when he want to get admitted in that university or a college or HEI. So that's
Wonderful.
all I guess.
Wonderful. And once again, congratulations on winning that particular competition.
Thank you so much.
So now, so before we move ahead, how was the experience, the overall experience when you won that competition, when you participated, whatever happened there? Please share something about that, how the experience was.
It was really an amazing experience. Like it was very first time when I took participate in any hackathon. So from the starting of forming a team, then collaborating between team members, managing the team conflicts, which occurs many times, and then choosing a correct problem statement as per our skills, and then working on them and coming up with a solution, and then finally getting selected for the finale and being there for 36 hours. I remember that we did not sleep for a straight 36 hours, taking account of what evaluators were saying, what mentors were saying, and then we were developing our application as per that. We were trying to implement all the modules which we could, and then at last, when we won, when the name was announced from the stage, it was really an incredible experience for me and for the whole team as well.
Obviously, I mean, it is, yeah, definitely. So, coming to this particular problem statement that you've chosen to discuss with us today, what do you feel about this statement? Like, why did you choose this to begin with? I'll ask. And then, just tell us something, what do you feel about this particular problem statement?
Yeah. So, actually, the problem statement is quite related to children's rights. And I think it is very important for the children to understand what their rights are. So, I think I found it that as per our skill set, we can build it. And it is something that will contribute for the society as well. So that's why I chose this problem statement. And I think it will not be easy, but if we want to, like if we can incorporate the perfect innovation and the creativity, it will be a very good solution for the children to understand them, to make them understand their rights in this country.
Of course, I think we all are looking forward to a solution to this kind of a problem statement. Definitely, everyone is looking forward to. So now, imagining that you are the one who has to deal with this PS and come out with a solution, what will your approach be? To begin with, let's begin with the team formation. What kind of a team will you put up?
Okay. So the very first idea should be that what skill set is required for developing a web application or the mobile application, whichever you are building. So I would go with the mobile application because I think that provides the ease of access and the user interface can be very good with that. So I would choose people who are fluent with the Android application development or even the iOS development can be considered. So the team formation should be in that way as per their skill set. And again, important part to take into consideration is the collaboration. The people who can work in a team, the we say team management should be as per that all the team members are able to collaborate with you, are able to make contribution, and they feel that they are contributing. So I think that should be taken into consideration.
Right, that really sounds pretty fair. Now comes the part of preparation. So, and I think that will begin with some kind of a research. So, how will you go on to prepare for this, including the research part and all the information that you might require for this solution? How to gather all that?
So I think it is majorly about the children. So first we should do some research on the topics. What kind of act like acts are there for children? They can be Juvenile Justice Act, or they can be POXO Act, or some kind of uh, acts which are created for the children. Then we can research on the organizations which work for the children, and then we can research on some kind of stories which we can include in our application, where children can go and watch those stories, where which is about the children who help the society, or in a some way that those stories can inspire the children in some way. So I think we can do that part in the application, in the development.
And what about the other part of the preparations? Like, okay, you would search for the information from the relevant places. So, what's next?
Okay, so the main part is the development of the application itself. So the very first and important part is to choose the right uh, tech stack you want to use, and if you have the perfect infrastructure which can help you in developing the application as well. So the very first part should be that you complete the SRS, which is software requirement specifications. So you know what you want to build, then you ask your developers, you ask your team members to develop module by module, and then you integrate those things, and then finally you should test all the what you have built. It may be just the testing of the functional part or the technical part, and then you should reach out to children if they are liking it or not. So I think this should be done when you say that my application is okay, the POC is ready. When you will be in finale, then you will get feedback from your mentors and feedback from your evaluators. So you should also take consider in consideration of those feedbacks, and can improve your application as per that as well.
Yeah, definitely, Gavit. I mean, taking feedback at constant intervals is definitely going to help you, I'm sure, not only from the mentors or experts, but from the children themselves, because they are the ones who are
Yeah.
going to be, the end users or the beneficiaries of it. Wonderful. So now moving on, what would you, I mean, how would you go on to kind of develop this in the sense that a lot of work is actually done before you enter the hackathon, and some bit of
Yes.
work is left for the actual hackathon. So, what will be your proportion in that? How much work do you think should be done before you enter the hackathon? Should be already covered in an ideal state?
Yes. Yeah. So I think if you can put all your time, all your efforts just before the hackathon, that would be great, because in the hackathon you do not feel that those 36 hours just go in a minute. So all your modules, all your integration should be ready. You should have tested your POC, at least the POC part, proof of concept part is ready. Uh, and in the hackathon, you should only be there to take the feedback from the mentors. And if you have left some work like some UI enhancement or some UX enhancement, that part, like if you leave for the finale, is okay. But I think for a safer side, you should create your application. Like POC should be ready before going to finale.
Okay, so a lot is ready, basically, at least the POC before you go to the finale. Wonderful. So now tell me about those 36 hours. A lot of changes might happen because you'll get a lot of feedback. You'll be, asked to make changes. There might be certain things which won't work as per them, and there might be certain improvements they could propose to you. So a lot might happen during those 36 hours. So how do you handle that period along with all these demands and all these changes that might come?
So it happened with us as well. So we developed something, and then the mentor came and said that I do not feel that this thing is in right way. So change this thing in this way. So the evaluator knows what they want. They are from the ministry or the department itself. So we have to make the required changes. We should take the input from the mentors, even if they are not with you. Just go to them and ask that what do you think about this thing, and then you can like build that module. So I think that's all. You just keep taking feedback and then keep building the modules and keep improvement, keep enhancing the what you're building. So I think that's all.
So this feedback session, these sessions which allow you to or force you to change your stuff, can be a make or a break both. So how do you deal with that kind of a situation in which you think this can be a make or break for my app or my solution? So what all should you consider that it goes in your favor, not against when you're working on it?
Yeah, so that's an interesting point where we should know that what we can do. If the demand is something which can break our application, so we should try to make the evaluator understand that how does this thing work, and if we implement this thing in this way, this can break our application. So we understand. I think the evaluators are not always from the technical background. If they are, they understand what we are saying, but if they are not, then we should try to make them understand in our layman's language that sir, this thing will not work in this way, and that's why we cannot implement this thing in this way, particular way. But we can come up with a solution that whatever they are demanding, if we can implement that particular thing in some way, or and if we cannot, then we should be very clear about it, because if anything can break our application, then we cannot implement it.
So all the evaluators and their comments should be handled wisely, surely, so that it benefits you, it doesn't go against you. Wonderful. So Gavit, in the end, I would really like to give us some pointers or some final piece of advice, consolidated advice, which you think would work for a person who is appearing in the hackathon and wishes to win it, of course.
Sure. Okay. So while taking part in the hackathon, there are three steps. First is what to build. So all your team members should brainstorm on things what they want to build, because just the description given in the problem statement is not enough to develop the whole application. You can take inputs from that, but beside that, you also need to brainstorm on everything, that whatever you want to build, how you want to build, what tech stack you are going to use, and what person is going to work on what part. The work should be divided as per their skill set, and you get enough time to develop these skills as well. And the testing part is important. You should know if everything is working or not, and for some problem statement which is very specific to some this problem statement is related to children, so you should reach out to children and ask their feedback, ask their inputs, like how they do feel, how they feel about your application, what you have built. So and most of your work should be done before finale. In the finale, uh, just believe in yourself that what you have built is good. Other teams are also good, but if you consider all the inputs and the feedbacks given by the evaluators, and if you can implement those features and modules, then your chances of winning are definitely going to be increased.
That's really nicely summed up, Garvit. And I would thank you for joining us today and discussing this particular problem statement with our viewers. And I'm sure they'll benefit quite a bit, and they will have something in their mind, to some bit of a starting point they must have got to start working on this and trying to make a mark. So thank you so much once again, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Remember that Smart India Hackathon is not just about solving problems. It is also about showcasing your ability to work collaboratively and creatively under time constraints. Keep a positive attitude, embrace challenges, and enjoy the learning experience that comes with participating in such hackathons. Good luck with your challenge.